This is lesson 7.5, Writing and Graphing Inequalities from chapter 7. Most of the concepts that we are doing in this lesson are previously done in other lessons with expressions and equations. We are just using them in a different situation now using inequalities. And we'll talk about it in a minute. Let's go ahead and do this. Circle each number that makes the statement true and then answer the questions. Your friend is more than 3 minutes late. So if it's more than 3 minutes late, everything that applies is 4, 5, or 6. Okay, what do we notice about the numbers that we circled? They're all greater than 3. Is the number 3 included? No. Why or why not? It's not included because they said friend is more than 3 minutes late. So that's why we did not include it, because we know that he wasn't 3 minutes late, he was more than 3 minutes late. I want you to finish the next two, 2 and 3, the same way. Okay? Or B and C, I should say. Now let's move on to what is an inequality. An inequality is a math sentence that compares expressions. It has the symbols greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. Now, you all know, and I just wrote these same symbols down here. You all know about this. This is a less than symbol. We all know about that. This, the next one, is a greater than symbol. We all know about these two from before. Now, the other one that we know in math is this, which means equal to. Now, take a look at 3 and 4. 3 has less than. Now, the way this is said, let me say this again. This is said as less than or equal to. Not and, but or. So, this top part is the less than symbol, and this down here, this line, they took it like this. Basically, they wanted to say less than or equal to, and they just put these together, and instead of writing it like this, they just sort of shortened it even further and did that. That's all there is to it. Okay, so this is read as less than or equal to. In the same way, we have a greater than symbol or equal to. So it is greater than or it could be equal to. So these are some of the inequalities that you need to remember. Again, instead of saying greater than or equal to, or saying greater than or equal to, they just wrote it as one line greater than symbol and then the one line of the equal to. This shows greater than or equal to. If you look in your textbook on page 326, you will see this same table that I've given here. I want you to go ahead and fill it in. You will see different ways of writing the same inequality. Like this is less than or fewer than, this is greater than or more than, this is less than, equal to, or at most, or no more than, and so on and so forth. I want you to fill those in. Now let's go ahead and do some problems. Let's go to the first part about writing inequalities. This is the same as writing an expression or equations, except that in this case we are going to use the inequality signs. Inequality signs based on what they have asked us to do. Okay, a number n is greater than, and that's the symbol for it, 1. That's it. That's all we have to do. Let's take a look at the second one. Twice a number. When they say twice a number, I know it's multiplication. Twice a number p, so 2 times p is fewer than, that means less than, 7. That's it. That's our answer. 2p less than 7. Let's take a last look at the third problem here. It says a number w, so a number w minus 3 is less than or equal to. So it's less than or equal to. That's the inequality sign that goes there, to 10. So we rewrite it sort of as w minus 3 less than or equal to 10. I want you to go ahead and finish up 4, 5, and 6. All right. Checking of solutions. Again, we've done this in expressions and equations where they have given us, for example, x plus 4 equals 9, x equals 6. Go ahead and check, and then we plugged it in. Remember, x plus 4 equals 9. 10 is not equal to 9. Remember that? That's exactly what we are going to do right now. So, checking of solutions. A solution of an inequality is a value that makes the inequality true. But here the difference is that unlike an equation, an inequality can have more than one solution. We'll talk about it in a minute. This is called a solution set because it's a set of numbers, and all those or any of those could be the answer. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first one and figure it out. Let's rewrite. Again, the same rules apply. Let's rewrite. Plug in or substitute. D is 9. 9 minus 5 is less than or equal to 7. 9 minus 5 is 4. So 4 is less than or equal to 7. Now, this is the thing we have to check. Does one of this work? Is 4 less than 7? Yes, it works. Now, we know that 4 is not equal to 7, but since a part of this is correct, we say that yes, this solution works. So out of the given inequality, we have to check for one that happens. 4 is less than 7 because they are, remember, this is read as less than or equal to. So in this case, it is less than. So we are good. Let's move on to the next one. Here they've asked us that b plus 4 is less than 6. 2 plus 4 should be less than 6. Now, this is 6. Is 6 less than 6? No, 6 is equal to 6. So, just like we did not equal to, we are going to draw a line through this and say that this is wrong. So, we just say no. This is how we show it. Okay, line through it. Let's do one more, and then I'm going to let you do the rest by yourself. Okay. In this case, it says 10 is greater than or equal to g plus 3. G is 7. So 10 is greater than or equal to 7 plus 3. 10 is greater than or equal to 10. Now, 10 is not greater than 10, but again, remember, this is either greater than or equal to. So 10 is greater than or equal to. This works. 10 is equal to 10. So yes, this is a solution. Okay. Go ahead and finish the other three. Now let's go to the most important piece and something that is new to you, part of this lesson. Graphing an inequality. Now, we have graphed on a number line. This is exactly the same, except that now instead of graphing a number, we are going to graph an inequality. For example, when they said or asked us to graph x equals -3 on a number line, we just did that, and then we went 0, -1, -2, -3, and then we put that dot there. Remember that circle, and I asked you to put it on the line and fill it up. This is the reason, and we'll see what that reason is today. Okay. The graph of an inequality shows all the solutions of the inequality on that line. Now, an open circle, and when we say open circle, it means that it should be nice and open like that. So the middle is not filled in. It's a nice and open circle. This is used when a number is not a solution. So for you to remember, this is used for symbols greater than or less than. These two symbols is when we use a open circle. And the reason is, let's say I had someone say X is, or let me say that in my pocket I have more than $2. Now, you know that I have more than $2, but could it be $5? Could it be 10? Could it be $2.01? Yes. So I really don't know what the exact number is. I know that it is greater than 2. So at 2, I leave an open circle. Again, look, that's how it should be. Now, based on my symbol, which is greater than, I'm going to mark that arrow that way to show that this inequality is X is greater than 2. Similarly, in this case, I want to show something less than. So I'm going to say X is less than 1. Again, I know it's less than 1, but I don't know where exactly to plot it. But I know where I have to start. So in order to show that it is this symbol, I use a open circle. And then, since it's less than, I'm going to go to the left of the number line. Let's do the next one. Again, this is a pretty important piece of information. Make sure that you copy it down correctly. A closed circle, and by that we mean I put a dot and then I fill it in. A closed circle is used when a number is a solution. For example, if I said X is greater than or equal to 1, that means I know that X is 1. It could be greater, but I know that it's at 1, so I'm going to do it that way. And then, since it's greater than, I'm going to, so this shows that. Okay? And then, the last one is when I have a less than or equal to sign. So let's say X is less than or equal to -2. I know that I have to start at a -2 because I know X is equal to -2, but then it is all the way down here. It starts there and goes down there. This is very important. Ask me questions in class if you don't get some. Let's go ahead and graph these. The first one says A is less than 4. Again, remember this means that it is a open, I'm sorry, I don't want to confuse you by doing that. This is represented by a open circle. So I'm going to have an open circle at 4 right here, nice open circle. It says less than, so I'm going to put an arrow to the left and say, hey, my answer is anything that is on the left of 4. Moving on to the next. It says F is less than or equal to 7. Since it says it's equal to, I'm going to go ahead and put a closed circle at 7. And it still says less than, so I'm going to make a line towards the left of it. So see this? This is how it's going. This is how your arrow also should go. Let me do the last story problem here. A board game is designed for ages 12 and up. So if we take age as X or A, should be greater than 12, or they could be 12. So greater than or equal to 12. So I know that it has to be at 12. I'm just going to extend my number line because I don't have enough. And then it could be, it has to be a closed circle at 12. And then let me use another pen. Has to be a closed circle at 12. And then the arrow should point that way to show that it's increasing. Go ahead and finish the rest, and I'll see you next class.